everybody, and welcome to Pretty Little Liars, the after show here on the Stream.TV Fan Show Network. I'm your host tonight, Sinead de Vries, and I am joined by my pretty little talkers. Over here, I have Ashley. Megan.
Hey, guys.
And Stephanie.
Yo.
All right, guys, sorry, we're getting a little giggly, if you can believe it. Our biggest question of the night so far is, who the hell is Paul Varjak? And honestly, you guys, I'm so sick of these aliases and these nicknames because I literally have no idea who anybody is anymore. I cannot.
I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so this is somehow in the chaos of us watching the show. I heard Hannah say that Allie is obsessed with Varjak from Breakfast at Tiffany's because she's obsessed with Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Right.
So this being said, I don't really understand why A is the one using this name Varjak and not Allie.
Well, and then someone tweeted us a picture of Allie's or Vivian or whatever's passport, but it said Varjak, there we go, I almost said Kerjak.
Right.
It said Varjak on it, but it had a picture of Allie, but she was dressed like Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's, so clearly a new storyline.
I mean, it wouldn't even say new. I know you guys are probably like going crazy with me constantly saying this, but this, once again, the reason I believe Allie's A so much, because like every time, maybe I slightly start to like veer from that, there's something exactly like this that happened tonight with that passport picture. It brings me back to Allie being A once again. Even the girls
said tonight, they were like, okay, now we know
Allie
is
but they don't know anything.
You know what? I honestly think that this all comes down to the fact that Allie is seriously like a liar. And we got to see this again tonight because Mrs. Hastings warned her. She was like,
email!
Who's got mail? Mrs. Hastings warned her, like, because of your lies, no one's going to believe you. Like, even if your friends believe you, even if you're saying you're innocent, you're gonna need the best of the best lawyer to defend you because you've lied so much. And then I think this whole Varjak or Breakfast at Tiffany's, like using Allie's tactics is another way to rub it in her face that she's dug her own grave, no pun intended, because like for real, she's made it so hard for people to follow her and follow her story because it's what?
But she must have known who Varjak was.
I'm serious.
No.
If her passport was her face, then
Ooh, Allie does know. That's the whole point.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
Allie does know what?
Allie does know who Varjak is because if Breakfast at Tiffany's is her favorite movie and that's like that's her go-to when she uses disguises or whatever, and the fact that she obviously is dressed like Audrey Hepburn, I think that is A's way of being like, haha, I can use the same tactics you can, and I'm going to use all these little aliases and all your little games.
So she had a bunch of aliases. She had Vivian Darkbloom, and now she had...
Yeah.
And what was the one that started with
the name of Paul? Have you ever met a woman named Paul?
Maybe
I know, right?
It was Jason. Maybe it was Jason. Her other little
picture was her picture. Her picture was on it.
Picture. That's right.
And then how does Cyrus play into all this now? Because now A's after Cyrus, which Sinead totally predicted as the completely casted man.
Probably what do we think happened to Hank Mahoney, or AKA Cyrus? Like, do we think he died? Do you think
died.
A killed him? Is that what happened?
They probably smothered with a pillow. I feel like that happens a lot in hospitals.
I mean, would be really, he's an easy target because he's just like laying there like asking for it, but dude, I totally called that.
She called it.
You did.
I was like, that thing in the back is gonna totally sit up, and lo and behold, like seriously, it was like a mummy, it was creepy, but before we switch gears totally, we have to clear up a couple things with Allie in jail as well, because she had hashtag Allie's apology talking to Hannah at the end. She talked to Aria in the beginning. She talked to Mrs. Hastings. Like, people seem like they're starting to back her up now. She didn't get her magazines, but whatevs. But that whole thing with writing Mona on the table and then coming back and seeing Told Everything, and then her finding the little barrel with the Polly Pocket in it. Like, all of that stuff. Where has A been this whole time? Like, is A in prison now? Because all of a sudden this episode, A was everywhere.
Yeah, A's like pulling out, and I get it, because they're trying to gear us up for the finale with the A reveal. He or she is pulling out all the frickin' stops, man. From like, I mean, we're gonna talk about a lot of this, but really, like, how do we not know who A is after all of his or her like blood droppings and like attempted murders?
I just think it was interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't.
I just think it was interesting that Mona, or that Allie was writing Mona to begin with. Like, isn't that interesting?
You mean on the table?
Yeah, why would Allie even be writing Mona? Like, I would draw little hearts, but not Mona.
Someone wrote something else under it. What was it again?
Told everything.
Told everything. But okay, I don't mean to call. It was Aria and Hanna that originally went to the jail to see.
Yes.
Isn't it weird that they were there and they were weren't they in the room? And then what if one of them wrote it?
Right. It's just very bizarre that Mona.
I think Hanna could have written it. I think she could have written it, guys.
With that scene with Hanna and Allie talking, I almost believed Allie. Like, I kind of felt a little bit bad for her. Yeah. Shocking, I know.
What?
Until
wait, you guys.
until that last sentence. So Hanna, can we start over? Like, do you believe me? That kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay.
Do you believe that she's being sincere?
Can we just? I mean. No, because can we just flash back to when Annie, what? To when Allie was like nice Allie and we were all sick of her and she was like did her sweet thing and nobody believed her. Yeah. So this is like actress, like the actual Sasha, I can't say her last name.
Is it Pieterse?
Pieterse?
No.
Pieterse, whatever. Sasha, her new thing used to be like the innocent thing and now her whole thing is I'm gonna act tired all the time, tired and drained. And that's my new innocent. So she's just always like, I'm so sorry. Can we just start fresh?
Right. Well, I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to play it up like she's, like we're all supposed to feel bad for her. I'm really curious as to what Mrs. Hastings found in her file at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden that prompts her to get on the phone and call Spencer and saying, I'm canceling your flight. Like, what the hell was in that file?
Either she found something out about Ren or Melissa, or she found something out about Spencer and was like, do not come home. Like, you have to stay as far away as possible.
But maybe that is, like, that's a great idea because you know how Hanna gets, arrested in the preview, and we've seen pictures of the girls in prison. Like, maybe Mrs. Hastings knew that the only way to keep Spencer safe was to keep her in London. But we also know that Spencer wants to come home more than anything because she's terrified. Speaking of, we can switch gears a little bit. Our favorite little liar is abroad and out of all of the drama, and she meets this like hot new
She's your
British
favorite
guy.
liar?
I said our favorite liar. No, she's not my favorite liar.
Favorite.
Wait, why are you saying
Your favorite liar? The term of endearment.
You're just saying it.
I was like, I didn't know Spencer was your favorite liar. Do tell.
Everybody knows that Aria is my favorite liar.
Okay.
Come on. But maybe, what if she was, Meghan?
No, it's totally fine. It just took me by surprise. I was like, oh.
No, she's not.
Okay.
But I do like her, and I especially liked her in this episode when she was #Spencer's freak out, like in the middle of London.
I don't blame the girl. Blood's dripping from her bag.
How gross was that?
That was
I hate blood, guys. You know that.
Yeah.
I just feel like being a girl too and having that happen to your bag, like it's so embarrassing.
That's immediately thought. I was like, girlfriend, you need to throw those things away in the bathroom.
Right? But like for real, if that was from that and there was that much blood on the floor, like
she ran out of
hospital.
She ran out of her college interview. That was her last chance into getting, wasn't that her last chance to getting into college?
Right.
Why'd you run out like that, Spencer? Now you're not going to get into college.
Yeah, you could have blamed her.
No, I
was
I'm so sorry this is happening. Is there any way I can fix your chair? Please let me into your school. I'm going to leave now.
Hello. She probably is freaking out because she knows it's one of their blood, or that's what she's thinking.
Yeah.
Hello.
I
Is that like she's just like A could have put random blood and now she's scared? She's like A has my blood, or A has one of my friend's blood, or A this is Mona's blood.
I guess college was the last of her problems because really she was just thinking, I'm trying not to get murdered.
Yeah. I was so upset we didn't see Ren or Melissa this episode.
Seriously.
And then they introduced a new freaking character.
Oh my God,
like
can we
this new
please?
character.
Okay. His emotional investment in Spencer after meeting her, literally for 30 seconds, is ridiculous. Like, the writers missed a beat there with Pretty Little Liars, because I think you guys should have at least created some kind of bond before he's trying to give her like the let's calm down
Spencer,
therapy.
please breathe. Please breathe.
Yeah, it was weird. You know what I wonder is isn't Ren like a psychologist or like a doctor or something? Is he a psychologist or he's just a doctor?
He's a doctor. I definitely remember.
But the Colin guy said that he's like a school teacher or something, and he does that to kids with crayons.
And how convenient that
Colin's
Melissa,
a school teacher,
how convenient that Melissa and Ren just happened to be away at like a business thing. Also, like, wouldn't Spencer be dying to talk to Melissa, because the last time she heard from Melissa, she was confessing to killing Bethany Young. So like, hello, right? Like, it's so that's horrible writing to me, because if I was Spencer, I'd be like, where's my sister? Like, this whole time, I wouldn't just randomly, I don't want to go to London. Like, I'd be like,
or
okay.
if your sister was coming into town, like, be there.
Yeah, when you call
just
your sister and be like,
crazy.
hey, sorry,
Yeah.
family
Family
last second,
members.
like, just stay home for one more day and I'll be back. Like, why would you want to leave your sister with a stranger man in the house?
Then again,
Yeah.
they are enemies like half the time.
Or maybe Ren and Melissa aren't even in England or London or
Yeah,
wherever.
and maybe this guy is like completely evil. Who knows?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just creepy.
He was weird.
He
He was
was
also
really
on
weird.
crack cocaine because he was so freaking hyped up the entire time.
was.
Like, can I help you? What do you need? Why are you
Spencer,
packing
please
weird?
calm down. It's like, you don't even know me.
No.
Right.
I liked his accent.
I couldn't understand it half of the time.
What? Come
It was,
on.
it was
kinda
like,
couldn't either.
and then you'd like hear the rest of the sentence, but the first 5 words did not
Do
make
you
sense.
think Mrs. Hastings talked to Colin instead of and thinking it was Ren?
Maybe it's possible.
Ooh, I
And that
love
Ren is
that.
just Ren and Melissa aren't even there. Like, don't you?
Yeah.
Why would Ren and Melissa even be in London
Because
anymore?
maybe Colin is working for A
Yeah.
and was like put up to it.
Oh my gosh, I
Boom.
freaking
Yeah.
love that. Yes,
That's
I love that.
honestly, I
love
could
that.
totally see that, Mike. Seriously.
Yes.
That's probably it. Like, he's probably even crazier than like anybody
Yeah.
else on the show right now.
Yeah. That's oh my gosh.
I know, for real. All right, well, you guys, if you're watching us live right now, hop online on Twitter and on YouTube, subscribe to thestream.tv, and using the hashtag PLLAS, let us know what you guys think so far, what the heck is happening in this episode. We're going to be getting to some of your questions later on. But for right now, you guys, we have to talk about poor Cyrus. We covered this a little bit, but this whole thing with Cyrus coming back in the picture, it's a little hairy to me and it's a little confusing and weird, I know. But like, I still think that the fact that Cyrus is in the hospital now due to Paul Varjak, who we now know is A, right? And then like Allie being in jail, something for that, like something in that story doesn't add up, because the way that Mona had described it to Mike was that Cyrus was helping Allie, right?
He was helping Allie get didn't he, like, remember Cyrus called Allie to try to get her to leave, which made
Yeah.
it seem like he was trying to make it look like she murdered Mona
I
because
think
she was
it was a
out and
setup.
about.
Cyrus was trying to set Allie up.
Right, but now, but that's what's confusing me, is because now are we supposed to think that Cyrus was helping Allie and helping the lie?
because
Like, I'm confused now.
He met up with Mike,
Right.
right? And that's essentially why he was put in the hospital, because
he
A
was
got
helping,
pissed.
yeah.
So like, I wonder if you're right. Like, he was setting up Allie, and then after the fact decided to meet up with Mike because Mona wasn't actually against Allie anymore.
What
Mona
if, what
was.
if Allie was setting up Cyrus? What if it was the other way around? Like, Allie called Cyrus to get him to kind of make it.
But what if
point
Mona
to
isn't
him?
connected at all? Like,
Why
what
would
if
she
Cyrus?
write her name in the?
What if Cyrus was put up to it by A and so was Mike?
And that was Mike. Like, Mike, I could see Mike reaching out to
yeah.
Cyrus on his own,
Right.
because of Mona, without any relation to Allie and Cyrus.
And Cyrus may not even know who Mona is, for
Right.
all we know.
Yeah.
And I do
It's
think that
really
was
a
the thing.
tangled
I think
web.
it was A that told Cyrus to get Allie away. So it wasn't
Right.
Cyrus being bad, it was A being bad.
Right.
Right.
Speaking,
huge.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of Mike, I mean, Aria practically saves his life. And I actually just felt so bad for her when she started crying. I'm going to talk about this for as long as I can, because I don't want to move on to what else happened in this scene. But I felt really bad for her when she was crying, because I think that she really, like, it hit her that Mike could have died. Like,
Yeah,
or
she went
been
from
seriously injured.
being mad at Mike, being like, "Why are you doing all this shady stuff?" to all of a sudden, I think, feeling probably a little guilty, being like, "He could die at any moment."
Yeah, and you caused that for your family. Your family's having all these problems because you won't go to the cops and tell them about this whole thing that's been happening for however many years. I guess it's
Yeah,
been the
and
show.
she obviously is really worried about him, because she goes to Allie and she's like, can we please just not use his name? And Allie's like,
Yeah.
hello, this might be my only shot. And then she goes to Mrs. Hastings, and in the most like obvious confession ever that was not really a
Right?
confession, she asks Mrs. Hastings. Mrs. Hastings assures her that Mike would be in so much trouble without knowing that it's Mike.
Yeah. So A is after Mike, and then Andrew just comes in at the most vulnerable moment and
Saves the day.
plants a kiss.
I
and
love
I know
it.
Sinead is so mad.
I
about
know
it
you're
right now.
mad, but I love him. He seems like a really good guy. He seems like he's stable, he's smart,
Right.
he's around her age, he's not a teacher.
Also,
I love it.
And where did he come from?
He's
He just
a
like
good
fell out of
guy.
the freaking sky, like seriously,
He
like 2 episodes
tutors
ago, and now we
her.
love.
But is he a
love
good
him.
guy?
That's how
Because
fast love
who else is
happens.
always in the house and could have unscrewed the things?
Yeah, Andrew Andrew.
I'm suspicious of everybody.
Andrew is always there. Like, Andrew
He's
is
just
there
there.
at the perfect
Every
time.
moment he's there to save the day. He's also like the most easygoing pre-boyfriend ever. Oh, Aria, you're distracted by our study session? That's fine. Don't worry. Oh, you forgot about our date? Yeah, you want me to go chase your brother? No problem. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah, I don't know, you guys. He kissed
He's a
Aria, and it
pushover.
pisses me off because where the hell has Ezra been? Speaking of relationships, really quick before we jump into questions, we got Talia and Emily like dirty dancing in the dressing room or whatever. But I really like Talia in this scene. I know because when she confronted the pageant
I
lady,
almost liked her.
that
Almost.
was seriously
I almost liked
badass.
her.
Also, another thing, Mrs. Marin now is definitely getting engaged to Tom, and she seemed a little too happy about it for someone who was just getting over Jason like 2.5 minutes ago, right?
And Hannah wasn't happy for whatever reasons.
I don't even know.
understand.
Where the hell is Jason? Because I still feel like he, you know, that when Mrs. Hastings had said, how come your own brother won't visit you? And like all these girls are visiting you. Like when is Jason gonna hop on board and say something that's not what he's been saying from the beginning, you know? Does he actually believe Allie is guilty? Like do you guys actually think that he believes Allie's guilty?
Well, you guys know what I think. So. I think they're
All right, do you guys actually believe that Jason thinks that his sister is guilty?
Where did we leave off with that?
Oh God, I don't
All he
know.
said last was that he couldn't visit Allie in prison.
So he did
because-
Because he's doing all the other A work while Allie's in prison.
I'm sure that now that we all think that Allie's innocent, he's going to jump on the bandwagon like everyone in stupid Pretty Little Liars land does, and we'll jump on the bandwagon with Allie's innocent now.
Yeah. All right, well, you guys are gonna have to let us know what you think. Again, the hashtag to use is PLLAS. If you're on YouTube right now, get on there, say something, ask a question, make a comment, because we'll be right back to take some of those questions live.
Yay!
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot! I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Oh, hello. We're back. All right, so we are back. Thanks again to everyone who is watching live and joining in the conversation on YouTube. Just a reminder, you guys got to subscribe to the stream.tv. Check out all of their after shows because honestly, it's like the best place to really get your opinions heard and get your questions answered is on that YouTube page. So definitely check it out and subscribe. And then again, if you're on Twitter, we appreciate any and all comments, theories. We love them. So getting to that, our first one comes from @_ABCFPLL. Hey girl. She says, Leslie was a patient at Radley, PLL theory, PLLAS. Now this picture, you guys, has been going around.
I know.
Online so much.
That would mean if she was in Radley, she probably knew Bethany.
Right.
So if she's working with Bethany and Leslie's working with Mona, that means could Bethany and Mona possibly be working together? And then this becomes, I don't know, I feel like this is replaying the whole thing in the first series where Mona is A and she's got minions and Leslie would be a minion.
I don't know. I feel like the fact that Leslie was only in that one episode and then she just kind of like disappeared makes me feel like she's really not that important. I do think it is kind of interesting that there was that person that was supposedly talking to Aria, but at the end of the day, the fact that she just.
But did you see the picture? It
Yeah.
looks a lot like her.
It does look like her, but like why? Like she was there for one episode and
Yeah.
then she.
Maybe they
Yeah.
just liked
She'll
her
probably-
acting,
maybe
or
she'll
like, oh,
come
let's
back.
call this girl back to play this character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I have no idea.
She could come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hope she comes back. Honestly. At Chandana28996 asks, if Mona knew Allie was not A, then why did she tell Aria that Allison was A on Thanksgiving Day after listening to that tape? This is a very, very great question because there's so much confusion as to who said what on Thanksgiving, right? Between all of the girls.
Yeah.
Mona,
No, go for it. I'm taking it
is,
I'm taking it all.
is the general consensus that Mona basically lied to everyone because she wanted everyone to think that Allie was A because she wanted to put Allie in jail for A. So it was almost like
I
weird.
think
like,
that's what
but
the
then,
story is, yeah.
Right, but then I don't understand. Was she trying to get A to think that she was with A, or was she really with A?
I am
Like, whose side is she
confused by
on?
what you're saying.
A?
So
okay,
confused
was
by
she
it.
on A's side? Was she on A's side, or
Who,
was she
Mona?
on the liar's side?
Mona was on the liar side.
Yeah.
Mona wasn't ever trying to set up Allie as the way that Mike made it seem. Mona was trying to set up A. She was collecting her blood, going through all of that, faking her death, because she wanted to come face to face with A, who she didn't believe was Allie, according to Mike.
But I think
it
she framed
backfired.
Allie. She framed Allie with the blood. She did want Allie to go to jail.
Right, but like she, in that sense, yes, but she always knew that Allie wasn't A. She just used
How do we
Allie
know that
as a
she
tool.
doesn't know? How do we know that
Because
Mona always knew that she doesn't
Well, we don't
know?
know if it's true, but Mona told Mike that. Mona told Mike, I'm going to use Allie to prove who A is.
Yeah.
Like, she knew that Allie wasn't
So
A.
we're
She just
going
knew
with
that she could
Mike's
use
line.
Allie.
Okay, so I get it. So she wanted Allie in jail so that A would keep doing stuff and everyone would realize Allie can't be A, which would narrow down
I'm
the
still
choices.
confused, but I'm gonna work on it and we'll get back to you
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, I know, it's really, really confusing, but honestly, great question. At Princess PLL18 says, so now that Amalia is dead and Emily knows that Allison is innocent, is there finally a chance for Emerson?
Barfalia. I hate them. I hate Emerson.
Honestly-
Bring back Paley. Bring back Paley.
Oh my gosh, I
You know, that's so
forgot
weird. She
about
fell
Paley.
off like the planet Earth, basically.
I-
she
I
moved
know
out,
it's
so we
going to
never heard
happen.
about her again.
Okay, I know this sounds bad, but Allie and Emily were actually the first original like lesbian romance. So if
Allie
we want to
was
go back to
messing with
Paige,
Emily.
you might as well go back to
I
Allie.
think Allie was messing with Emily. for
Yeah,
her
I
own
don't think
benefit.
Allie ever really liked Emily.
She did it, but still, I like remember seeing them together, and that was like the first image.
you
I had.
reminiscing?
Yeah, I was
Well,
reminiscing.
I don't know, but there were some intimate scenes, I feel like, with Allie and Emily.
yeah, like that bed scene.
Yeah,
Hello.
like this season, though.
This season, I don't
There
know.
were some intimate scenes. We're all thinking of the same scene. But honestly, Emalalia is not dead after this episode. Like, I thought
No.
they were dead.
No,
But
after-
now she's like,
They're in
she's
full
money
bloom.
for
Now,
Full bloom.
Portland.
Yeah.
Talia is like legit single from her husband. So.
Yeah. We don't know what could
Right.
happen.
She's like, I had to talk to him and tell him like what was up, and she's like, I'm sorry, did I force that? It's like, no, I'm a lesbian. I have to tell my husband the truth. Like, what the hell?
Here, Emily, have some money.
Weird direction the show went in, by the way, trying to make us all think that they were going to nix Emily from the pageant because she was a lesbian. I
know, I was
but we
so
weren't the only-
mad.
But we weren't the only ones who were supposed to think that because Emily and Talia, also thought that. And I was just like, how
that
weird?
was-
Like, that's weird.
That was weird, but you know what? Like, were you guys outraged? Because I was.
I was so outraged. That's not okay.
That was so
not okay.
awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys have to let us know what you guys think about these questions. I think they're great questions because
you guys are sending them and we love you.
yeah, we love you. And there's so many answers to these questions.
Right.
But especially let us know what you think about what happened on Thanksgiving Day. Like, I want to see theories, like in-depth theories, because I'm confused as hell. Shout outs to everyone online right now giving us love. At IDK Declan, at PLL Newsfeed. Happy birthday! Hey! At NeumHS_world, at Towns of Rosewood, at Darren Chan 21, at Mustafa X111. I think that's supposed to be like 13, right? In Roman numerals? X111? I don't know.
10, 11, 12, 13, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Woo! Good job. Learn something in school. At Creamy Price 1999, at FBPLL Fans, and at Jacob01. There's 2 A's. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sending us all of your questions, theories, comments online this week. I know that we kind of ran through a lot today, but that's because there was a lot to talk about. And we cannot wait to see what you guys have to say. So hop online, #PLLAS, and we will see you guys next week. And what do we now?
And
3 weeks?
we have to 3 weeks. Yeah, and I was going to say
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for our beautiful
Caitlin, you can follow her at PLLAS fan page. Sent these to us, so beautiful. They describe each of us and our different personalities. I can't wait to put this in my apartment. You're a doll.
We need to have
love
like
you,
a
Caitlin.
new thing called like gift of the week.
We're so thankful.
This
But please
is
don't
really
feel like you have to
thoughtful.
send us
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
we
no,
love
but
you.
we love it. Thank you so
And
much.
Thank you
send
so
us things that
much.
you want us to do for the finale. I feel like we need to do
Yeah.
something like either wear hoodies or like do something.
Big
Yes.
A
I
reveal
need
is in 3
inspiration.
weeks, you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna do Aria's freaking scared ass face because every day she's like,
Do it.
all right, I'm
here we
not
go.
doing this. I'm doing that.
3, 2, 1.
Hey liars, for more Pretty Little Liars after show, hit that button and subscribe to the stream.tv.